Is the PowerPoint visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's
Yes,
visible.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Just a second. Yeah. So all of you pay attention now. We are going to learn this subject, financial modeling. Financial modeling. I will take you through the subject in general, and when I am teaching you this introduction to financial modeling, along with that we will see a lot of things. Also, very important, that is the group project, which forms a major part of your financial modeling subject in this trimester. I will explain that to you in detail, and then we can have a discussion on that. Whatever queries you have regarding that group project, you can ask. Okay, so let's continue to financial modeling. What is financial modeling, first of all? Because what exactly we are going to learn in this subject, we'll start from this slide. You can see financial modeling is the process conducted to create a financial representation of the entity. It is through this financial model the financial analyst tries to forecast future earnings and the performance of the company. Here, I would like to underline a very important word for you, and that is financial analyst. Okay, so in this process of learning financial modeling, I want you to be financial analyst, but not simply financial analyst, but financial modeler. So if a financial analyst using financial models to what? To forecast future earnings and the performance of the company. So normally when you were in your first year, often we used to say that we should see the performance of the company for coming 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, etc. But is it possible? And that's what we are going to understand here. Is it really possible? But through financial modeling, it is very much possible, and not only possible, it is scientifically implementable, and that we are going to see. So what is financial modeling? It is a process conducted to create financial representation. So given a business to us or a project to us, we can create this financial representation of this business or this entity. Okay, and that is financial modeling. Further, financial modeling is the process of development of models based on financial management tools and financial statement analysis for business decision making using techniques such as estimations, projections, forecasting, etc., with the help of computer aided techniques like Excel. So this is the prime most important word, Excel. We are going to extensively use MS Excel for preparation of financial models. Okay, now financial modeling is a process of development of models based on financial management tools and financial statement analysis for business. Now these particular things you have studied already in your trimester 1, 2, 3. What are the financial modeling, financial management tools? These tools are the tools like estimation of working capital, evaluation of capex project appraisal, like we studied NPV, IRR, etc., or estimation of cost of capital based on KD, KP, KE, KR, KO, WACC, etc. All these financial management tools we are actually going to apply technically and technologically to understand, to develop financial models. These financial models will actually help you to do a lot in finance or in your job. Okay, understand. Now, before I proceed, I would like to tell you that uh, this subject, which is introduced in your PGDM trimester 4, is so important that in many of the colleges this subject is not there, and the students in those colleges are pursuing this as a course from outside, learning from some other outside private entities. And these, the same thing which you will be learning in this trimester, many students are spending around 35 to 40,000 rupees to learn the same thing, So here it's a kind of additional benefit of around 35 to 40,000 rupees, which you are not going to spend, but you're going to learn this particular subject, financial modeling. Okay, so we have seen what is financial modeling, what is the definition, what is the general meaning of financial modeling, what are the objectives of financial modeling. We'll see them one by one. Financial forecasting is the first objective of financial modeling. So this forecasting happens for business for upcoming 3 to 5 years or sometime even more. We are going to do cases where we will do forecasting for 10 to 12 years also. So how does this financial forecasting happens? Understand, financial forecasting is of two types. If it is an existing business, based on the historical data, you can do the forecasting. If it is a new business, based on the fundamental assumptions of your business, you can do the forecasting. Both these things we will see in our financial modeling. Budgeting. So it's a part of financial modeling. You can do the budgets for coming certain period. So budget may be prepared for sometime for 3 to 6 months, or maybe sometime for more, like this. Okay. Next, procurement of capital. Now, this is one of the important objective of financial modeling. If you want money for your business, capital for your business, you have options like debt and equity. Either you can go to the banks or you can go to some investors, but they will not finance you unless you have clear-cut blueprint of what you're going to, how your business going to be, or how your business going to perform in certain number of years. If that logical statement is there, then you may be able to acquire or procure capital. So these financial models will help you do this forecasting for procurement of capital. Capital allocation, another important thing, that is how much debt and equity should be there and how should that be allocated to different resources. So as we have studied in capital budgeting, there is a short-term investment, long-term investment. So how much should go into the long-term investment like capital assets? How much should go into the short-term investment like investment into current assets? That all can be estimated. Business valuation. As you know, currently the period is of startups, and as the period is of startups, you know that the startups are very much interested in valuing their business so that they may sell their business. Sometimes we have number of examples like WhatsApp being taken over by Facebook, or we have very recently we have Flipkart being taken over by Walmart, and so on and so on. So how this value of the business is decided, we can see in financial modeling in the cases that we are going to learn. Mergers and acquisition, which is I just now I told you that it's a part of this. So basically business valuation is decided for mergers and acquisitions primarily, and other strategic business decisions like diversification, expansion, etc. So you're going to diversify, you are into one line of business, you're going into the other line of business. Again, you can do the you can develop models to understand whether that is going to be beneficial, or you are entering into the new territory. Say you are operating in, say, western part of India, you want to enter into the southern part of India with your business. That's expansion. So will it be beneficial? You can do a lot with the help of financial modeling. Next, assumptions. Now this is a golden point in financial modeling. Whenever you are developing any business or financial models for any business, the first thing that you'll be doing is developing assumptions. What is assumptions? Assumptions are the base for any financial model. Assumption is the base for any financial model. So we are going to start financial model with the help of assumptions. Okay. It enables projections, estimations, projections, forecasting, etc. So this financial the assumptions will actually enable estimations, projections, and forecasting. Okay, I'll give you one example. Like in real time, on real time basis, I did some um, uh, you can say consulting project for uh, one of our family friends, and I could help her with her business based on the financial modeling techniques. So I'll give you that example as we proceed ahead. Normally, major assumptions include sales, capital expenditure, etc. So you have first and foremost assumption that you'll be doing is the revenue generated in the business. Revenue generated in the business. Similarly, the capital expenditure. Now we know all what is capital expenditure. Okay, so I am not throwing any question to you right now, because I want to give you the fundamentals first, and then we can have a discussion further. Key assumptions will vary by client and industry. The assumptions that we are going to do will vary from client and industry. It will be influenced by macroeconomic factors. An assumption should be well defined, reasonable, and logical. The last point you can see, bad assumptions equals bad financial model, that equals bad business decision. Okay, so if you have a bad assumption, that's going to ruin your entire business. Now, which areas of financial modeling? see the first point, financial statement analysis. So financial models or Excel basically can be used to do financial statement analysis. Now, what is this? This is not a routine financial statement analysis. It is a analysis of forecasted financial statements primarily, like income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, ratio, common size, comparative, trend analysis. All these things we can do for forecasted financial statements. And secondly, we can do is financial management tools we can use, like capital budgeting. We are going to study capital budgeting with sensitivity and scenario analysis. Then we will apply cost of capital or capital structure, valuation, risk analysis, and CVP, that is cost volume profit analysis. All these techniques we are going to use as areas of financial modeling. What is the importance of financial modeling? Okay, now assumptions I have not very clearly explained yet. We will see this further. So with the help of example, it will be more clear to us. So we will see what is the importance of financial modeling. We will have future projections, business planning, decision making. We can have presentations based on the models that we have prepared. Simplicity. It is quite simple to understand the output of financial models. So I'm not saying developing financial model. It is definitely not difficult, but it's a very technical task we are going to do. Development of financial models. But once the output is created, any person to whom you are giving a presentation can simply understand various aspects of your financial aspects of your business. So these are the points of importance of financial models. Learnings and cases. Okay, what we are going to learn, what cases we are going to deal with in this. Cash flow analysis, we will study cash flow of Antariksh Limited. Comparative business financial modeling, comprehensive business financial modeling, that is case study of Shizuoka Limited we are going to do. Sensitivity analysis, see case study of Sri Limited, which we'll use as a sensitivity analysis tool. New product development and analysis, the case study sneakers 2013 we are going to use. This sneakers is the case study that is of Harvard cases. Okay, and we are going to do this Harvard case, which is another fantastic case of new business, new product development. And then we'll do the projection modeling and project evaluation, case study of the startups. We have a group project, as I told you, the last point here, group project, which is we are going to do the comprehensive financial modeling in the group project. Okay, let us see the assessment part. As you know very well, 50 marks are for end-term examination. 50 marks are for end-term examination, which you are going to appear. This examination will completely be based on Excel-based financial modeling development. There won't be anything on paper and pen. as far as the examination of financial modeling is concerned. Okay. Next, 50 marks for internal assessment, which includes 40 marks for group projects and its presentation, 10 marks for class test. So this class test or midterm examination that will be there for 10 marks. So you can understand the importance of your group project in this trimester for financial modeling. You can see your end-term examination is of 50 marks, whereas your project is also almost of the equal, that is 40 marks group project. Okay, so how it's going to be? What is this group project altogether? I'll explain you. See what is mentioned. The group project is about business modeling, which is aimed at activation of entrepreneurial thought process with special focus on projection and estimation based financial modeling among finance students of Syscoms. Sincere efforts of the students is in the chosen business modeling assignment will help them broaden their thinking horizon to logically consider various aspects of setting up of new business venture and developing robust financial model leading to high probability of business success. Okay, understand what is this project, group project is. Okay, this group project is basically you're going to develop a business plan, and in that business plan, along with the other aspects, the most important aspect we are concerned with is financial model, financial plan. First of all, based on this financial plan, we are going to develop financial model. Okay, I'll give you example. Before that, I'll take you to the next group project guidelines. Each team will have, now this thing I have slightly changed. I'll tell you just a second. Yeah, here the limit I have changed. The limit is because I want everybody to participate. It's a very important project to participate. Okay, so there is no minimum maximum here in this case. Each team will have 2 students. Okay, each team will have 2 students. So as you mentioned very clearly that there are 28 students in the class, there will be 14 groups of 2 students each. So just a second. Okay, so there is no question of PG, MMS and PGDM because MMS is anyways not there now. A team will, MMS is not into third semester right now. That's why there is no question. A team will develop a business plan in Word document, followed by preparation of financial model in Excel of the business plan with minimum 5 years future projection. Team has to email plan Word document and complete financial model to the email ID mentioned here on or before 15th of August 2021. So in the very first lecture, I'm giving you the deadline so that later you don't have to. Normally students say that in the latter stage of the trimester, many assignments and all those things come. So what you can do is financial modeling you can do as a first assignment in this trimester itself, and you will be completing the assignment, submitting it to me on or before 15th of August 2021, and then our presentations of each group will start. Okay. Group project report format. This PPT will be shared with you, so do not worry. You will get the PPT as well as the recording of the class, so you can go through while doing this assignment or project. Format of the project report must be as follows. Cover page consisting of name of the business, and below that name of each students with the course and roll number. There will be index page. Chapter 1, business model. Just a second. Yeah. Chapter 1 will be business model. So this business model, as I told you, it will be basically what business it is all about. You will be mentioning about this financial model and detailed interpretation and justification of business and financial model. Assessment of group project. You can see the assessment, how it will be done. The criteria of assessment will be as under. So this group project of 40 marks will be spread across your internal assessment criteria. A detailed business model which you will submit in the Word document basically. So that will be considered as assignment for 10 marks. So what is it? I'll tell you once we start learning further. Financial model for the business, which is again for 10 marks, will be considered as project in your internal assessment. In that, assumptions 3 marks, use of innovative Excel techniques 2 marks, accuracy of developing financial model and its results 3 marks, and interpretation of financial results 2 marks. Preparation of business model with the higher emphasis on financial modeling 10 marks. This is presentation. So presentation will carry 10 marks. So you can see in your internal assessment there are these criteria. 10 marks for assignment, which will be through this project only, group project only. 10 marks for project, again through this project only with financial model. Then you have 10 marks for presentation, again presentation of the project, and 10 marks for class participation. Now what is it? Please pay attention. I will say please pay extra attention. Okay, what is this class participation all about? Okay, so I will this presentation is over anyways. I'll take you to the take you further. Okay, now pay attention. See, this class participation, which is the last point mentioned there. Last point mentioned. What is it? It is basically the same group project when you all going to present. Now, at a time, two students, a group of two students will present a project, and 26 students will be there who will be attending this presentation. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to very keenly observe and listen to their presentation. Okay, because each presentation made by every group is going to be a huge learning for all other students. So remaining 26 of you will be attending their presentation very attentively, and you are going to write your queries and questions at your end, and then you will ask these queries and questions to that group of 2 students. Here I want to make it very clear to each one of you. Please pay attention. Please pay attention that you will ask questions to this group of 2 students. If they are not able to answer by chance, they are not going to lose any marks, because this is normal apprehension that I should not ask question to my friends. If I ask question and if they lose the marks, it is not good. So often students tell their classmates, please don't ask questions. But it is not like this. They're not going to lose any marks for question answer or whatever questions that they have not answered. Okay, but each one of you asking the question will get marks in class participation, will get marks in the class participation based on the questions that you're asking. So this 10 marks which I have kept for class participation are specifically for asking questions. So my request to you is, when you are asking questions, don't just ask randomly. You will have to first allow them present. Presentation will be for around half an hour. So I'm giving more time for presentation because that's going to be the very important activity. And then at least 10 to 15 minutes question answer session. So around 40 to 45 minutes we are going to utilize for each presentation. So normally in one session of 90 minutes, we'll have maximum 2 presentations. Okay. And when you ask question, you will tell your roll number importantly, which I will be noting down for internal assessment purpose, for class participation marks. And based on that, your marks will be allotted. Now, if there is somebody in the class who has not asked, see, you have a lot of opportunity to ask questions because there are 14 groups. 14 times different presentations will happen. Now, if somebody is there who has not asked a single question to any of the group, then these 10 marks of class participation, you're straight going to lose. I hope you understand this. Okay. So this is going to be the primemost project that you are going to do. Okay. Now, what is this project? How is this project all about? I'll tell you with the help of an example. Pay attention. Pay attention. As I told you, I helped one of my family friends, and I did financial modeling for her. How was it? Pay attention. This lady of almost my age group only, she wanted to start a business. Listen to this carefully. Yeah, this case study which I'm discussing with you, which is a live experience of consulting, business consulting. It will be helpful for you to do your project. Okay. Also to understand the cases that we are going to learn in financial modeling. So what was it? I asked her, she approached me, she said, I want to start a business. I said, great. So what business she wanted to start? She wanted to start preschool. Preschool. This is not right now. This was somewhere in 2017. This happened in 2017. So she wanted to start a preschool. What is preschool? Anyone knows here? Preschool क्या होता है? Playgroup, nursery, junior KG and senior KG. Correct. Rightly said. So she wanted to start a preschool. I said that's great. So she was asking me, will it be financially viable? Will it be beneficial? Now, just answering her, it will be beneficial or it will not be beneficial makes no sense unless we put lot of facts on paper or in Excel. So I started. I said, I can help you out to know whether it is beneficial. It will be beneficial. Now, interestingly, I started teaching financial modeling in 2016. And I developed this as my core competence by learning a lot through various sources available. And in 2017, I was quite in position to help her out. So I started with the assumptions. I said, let's do some assumptions. What are these assumptions? In one of the slides, I told you assumptions. So what are these assumptions? So I started asking her questions to draft assumptions in Excel. So the first question, what is a geographical area you're going to select to do this business? Listen to this carefully, and then I will give you time to ask questions on this case as well as on the project as well as on what we are going to learn. Okay, so listen to this experience first. So I asked her which geographical area you're going to select. So this was in 2017, as I told you, and she said she wants to start a preschool in an area called Karanjade. Now Karanjade is one of the newly developed area in Navi Mumbai, adjacent to Panvel, which is the last station on the Navi Mumbai route, adjacent to Panvel. This Karanjade is a area developed by CIDCO, City and Industrial Development Corporation. A very nicely developed area with around 6 sectors in year 2017, and now it is getting expanded after 4 years. So I asked her, okay, so I asked her where you want to start. So she said she wants to start it in Karanjadi. I said fine. So then what I did, I actually went to Karanjadi to see what is this all area. It's quite nearby to my residential area also in Panvel. So I went to this area, saw it, saw the structure of the geography, and then discussed with her. I said, what must be the population of this area? So we estimated the population. Now for a preschool, what you need is you need to have population of children in that age group. Okay, so normally it starts with the age 3 for playgroup, then 4 for nursery, 5 for junior KG, 6 for senior KG, or something like that. Okay, so we estimated all the population. We saw how many households are there, occupancy rate of households, possibility of children in that age group. Everything we estimated. Okay, so we got one number. We got one number. Then once this was done, then we estimated uh, the competition. Competition. So how many preschools are already there? Okay, so being a smaller area, not many were there that time. Hardly one or two or three were there as such. So we estimated the market share of this newly opened preschool or new project, not yet open. So this way, the first assumption was done was about the possibility of number of children getting admitted in year one. And then we did further calculation of increase in number of students with the help of promotional techniques and the performance of the preschool. Every year some addition we did. So from year 1 to year 5, say how it will happen. We did this first calculation. Then second thing we projected was the fees, that is fees for nursery, fees for junior KG, fees for senior KG, fees for all these standards. And then multiplied with those number of students that we estimated, we got the revenue for all the years. Again, fees, slight increase in the fees based on the market conditions and all those things we did. And then she asked me that she told me that time that she is going to go for a franchisee. Okay, so then I asked her, what franchisee are you going for? She said she was going for EuroKids. Or she said she may go for some other also because she was in talk with these people, EuroKids, Kidsy, and some more people, Learning Curve, etc. That time. So then I asked her about various franchisee charges, the share of the main company in your fees, etc. All those things were estimated. So I did estimation in Excel of all those things. So this gave me a revenue estimation. Then franchisee expenses. Then we did estimation about capital expenditure. Now she was going to take the premises on rent, so that was not capital expenditure. But then she was going to spend some 5-6 lakh rupees on developing the infrastructure for preschool. As you know, how these schools for the children, small children are there. They will have all different colors, different furniture, different type of setup. Everything will be there. Okay, including slides and all outside for them to play. So all this was costing her some 5 to 6 lakhs rupees. So that was a major capital expenditure. So we took into consideration. Okay, so this is how we did a capital expenditure. Then we estimated all operating expenses. Like what all operating expenses? I told her how many people are you going to employ? So she said 2 teachers, and she was about to pay some 6 to 7 thousand salary per month to or some 8 7 8 thousand salary that time per month to the teacher, and one lady as a uh, doing the other work, cleaning, etc. So she was going to pay some charges to her. So this way we estimated the expenses. We estimated her advertising and promotional expenses. So what we used to do is we used to estimate these expense in year one and then see what will be the changes in that expenditure in year 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So by applying a logic, say advertisement and promotion in year 1, 2, 3, it may be more. as they settle down, it may go down like this. Rent was one of the major operating expense. She had taken a premises on the rent, so rent estimation we did. Okay, like this. I mean to say, all revenue, all capital expenditure, all revenue expenditure, everything was estimated properly. And once all these items were estimated, we develop all the financial models. What are these financial models? We develop the model for fixed asset model, then we develop the cash flow model, we develop income statement model, we develop balance sheet model. This way I was ready with income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, fixed asset schedule, like everything I was ready for 5 years. And I told her how her business will perform if all these logical assumptions will come true. And she got to know that in year one she does not make any profit. In year two she makes some profit, but which is quite negligible. In year three she makes some profit which is not very handsome, but in year 4 and then 5 she makes some meaningful profit for her business. So she got to know her sustainability, she got to know her gestation period, how long she has to wait for break even. As you know all what is break even. Okay, so her cost is lesser than her revenue. All these things we estimated. And then I told her, also we took into consideration that whatever 15 lakhs rupees investment was required, she said she is going to take a loan from bank. She was going to put some just 3 lakh rupees from her pocket and 12 lakh rupees loan from bank. We considered the interest rate. We calculated based on those, we calculated cost of capital. We calculated NPV. We calculated IRR. All aspects we calculated for her business. And her complete business model was there. Now she wasn't from finance. She was from some other field. So when she saw on Excel how this, I didn't show her Excel, rather I just copied that output and put into Word document and took a printout and I showed her the output itself, because she was least concerned with how it is done, because I am the financial modeler. She is a consumer of financial modeling output. So I showed her output, how her business will do, how will she repay her loan, when the business will make profit. And she was amazed. She was amazed with the output. She was amazed with the numbers, so many numbers I showed you. Okay, so this is how the financial modeling will help anyone to understand various dynamics of business, Okay, so like I gave you this example, all how I helped her in implementing her decision of developing a preschool. Similarly, we are going to study some of the cases in which we are going to do the same. Even we can do I have a case study which I just now told you of developing a preschool. Okay, so we can do financial model for a preschool also. Now I'll take you to the PPT once again. Yeah, you can see this assumptions. Can you see the PPT on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let me come to that slide. Yeah, you can see the assumptions. Now you will understand the assumptions clearly. As it is mentioned, assumptions are based on are the base for any financial model. It enables estimation, projection, and forecasting. So just now I told you what all assumptions we did. Okay. Normally major assumptions include sales, capital expenditure, etc. Now very important point is key assumptions will vary from client and industry. For which client you are doing this financial modeling. So if I am doing for a proprietor, proprietor or a business person who wants to start a preschool, assumptions will be totally different. If you do, say for example, if you do assumptions for say developing a car showroom, for starting a car showroom, financial modeling for starting a car showroom, it will be totally different. Okay. You want to do assumptions for say some other business. There are a number of business, as you know. Okay. So for every business, the assumptions will be different. The businesses may be from service business, maybe from manufacturing, and a lot. So these assumptions will be there. Obviously, these assumptions will be influenced by macroeconomic factors. So as I told you, in case of this first, the example which I gave you, I told her first in what geographical area she is going to start a preschool. Then I saw the population of that particular area, and based on that I did the assumptions. Now typically, as I know, this particular area is a upcoming area, was a upcoming area in that year, and all new buildings were there. So primarily the people coming to stay there, coming to settle and stay there, were all newly married people almost. Okay. So these people, newly married people, obviously they had kids, or they were planning to have kids in year or two. So there was a lot of scope. Then secondly, these people were basically um, both husband and wife working in some working in some companies, or doing their business, etc. So they wanted a preschool with a babysitting feature. So that was something I suggested that lady, that along with preschool, you can start a babysitting also. So your preschool starts at morning 9 o'clock. So child will come at you at 9 o'clock. So 9 to 12 is a preschool timing. But 12 to 6, these next 6 hours, you will have babysitting. So after 6 o'clock, the parents will come and pick the child from your place. So you will charge differently for these 3 hours for a preschool, whether it is nursery, junior KG, senior KG, whatever. And you will charge separate for the 6 hours later. You will be doing babysitting. Okay. And for that you may have more people, because for preschool you need to have teachers, but for babysitting you may have some caretakers, 1 or 2 ladies who will take care of this particular thing. Okay. So like this I did assumptions. So this addition of babysitting which I told her was additional revenue apart from preschool fees, and that was going to be a fantastic model at that point of time. Like this, you can do a lot of brainstorming about any business model. So first is to develop a business model. So I develop a business model for preschool, and then converted that business model into financial model, and then performed all financial modeling techniques to develop all the financial models in that. Okay. Like this we will be doing as a case study also, and we will be doing as a project also. Okay. So that's it from my side to tell you. We have already finished with the PPT, and we'll be starting developing a financial model in the next lecture directly. So important thing is you must have, all of you, please pay attention. I'll be sharing with you all the material, okay, in MS Teams, and you must have a laptop on which you will develop all these financial models simultaneously along with me, simultaneously along with me. Okay. uh, what I will suggest is, if you can use two devices for this particular session, that is, you can join the class in maybe mobile. You can join the class in mobile. You can see what all and how I am doing, and simultaneously you can do it in laptop along with me. This is what generally I suggest. Okay, so rest is left to you to manage. Ultimately, learning is important. All the assessment will happen on Excel, whether it is midterm examination, end term examination, or even your project is going to be the Excel based project only. Okay, so I told you entire assessment pattern. I told you that in assessment there are four aspects. One is assignment, which is your business model; project, which is your financial model; presentation, which you are going to do as your group presentation; and class participation, the questions that you're going to ask. I repeat, questions, very important. Okay, for asking questions there are marks. Not answering questions, there is no any negative mark. Okay, so you must ask questions will actually trigger some new points in your mind, as well as these points you will be triggered in the mind of presenters. Okay, for example, you have asked a question, they will understand. Siddhartha, I will come to you. Yes, so they will understand I have not considered something, so they will consider it. They will consider it. Okay, so this is how we will try to. It's a very practical subject. There is nothing theoretical here. Nothing theoretical here. Okay, very practical, and you will learn a lot. Take it from me. Okay, so that's it from my side. Now floor is open to questions. Please ask all your doubts. Once we start developing financial models, we'll hardly get time to do anything else. Okay, so Siddharth, yeah, you can ask doubts.
So sir, is there any like what if all the assumptions that we are making before making any financial model, what if all the assumptions are wrong? Not all assumptions, but some of the assumptions are wrong. And is there any right time to make ensure that the assumptions that we made wrong is to make right? Like,
Excellent question, Siddharth. Let me tell you that this project which you are going to do, okay, you two students who are going to do the project, okay, there will be, uh, this is a very important feature of this trimester. Okay, uh, I did this course for outsiders only last year. uh, for outsiders also last year as a certificate course in financial modeling, and good number of people joined from some of them from industry, and I taught them the same thing. What is additional here, listen to me carefully. That was only 15 hours course, where it was little one way course, where I was giving them and they are getting. Okay, but because of time constraint, generally even in any course, you join outside by paying 35 40,000. It's one way, more or less. But what important factor I developed in this subject for this trimester is that there is a complete hand holding. Okay, what is that hand holding? I'm answering Siddharth's question here. Okay, you will develop assumptions. Okay, you will develop financial models, and before your presentation, you can, I will allow you, whoever wants to do this is a voluntary activity, nothing compulsory in this. You can share your screen and discuss what you have done, okay, before you actually do the presentation. And when we will do it, we will allot 10 to 15 minutes of the session for doing this. Okay, so there will be complete hand holding. There is hardly any possibility that your assumptions are wrong. Assumptions are wrong. If there is anything I found, if I find anything uh, inappropriate, I can tell you. I can tell you. But do not worry. One thing is, you will hardly need very high guidance, because the case that I am going to do will make you understand how to do the assumptions also. So it's not like you are going to directly start. First, I'm going to do a case with you, which will make you understand how the assumptions are being made, how they are implemented, how the financial models are made, and then you will actually do your project. Do your project. What you can start thinking is कि मैं क्या बिजनेस कर सकता हूँ या कर सकती हूँ, क्या बिजनेस पे फाइनेंशियल मॉडलिंग डेवलप हो सकता है मेरा. So you did not start with a very large business. You can try to be more real. Like I'll tell you, in last 2 3 batches, what kind of businesses people have developed. Uh, some group developed a gaming zone. They will start, they will hire a place and they will install computers and they will start a gaming zone. Okay. uh, One business was developed for tennis court also it was developed. One business was developed for hiring a shop in a mall and starting a ethnic cloth store for women. Like this, any type of business you can develop. Okay. One business was developed for starting tuition classes for I think MBA entrance. Like this, you can start any business. You can think of starting any business and develop a financial model for that to see how this business will perform, whether it will be beneficial, what will be gestation period, what will be break even period, etc. etc. Okay. So I hope, Siddharth, I cleared it for you.
Yes, sir. But I think so. I'm not
Tell,
clear about this part that
tell me.
if uh, if I make assumptions wrong in the first year, right? And if I so will I get chance to make it right in the second, third year, or in the first year itself? Like, what is that
You
thing?
mean to say in the business model, in the financial model, you mean to say?
Yes, sir.
That we will do. I will teach you how to
Okay.
incorporate the changes, and we will actually play with the model like anything. It is very interesting. For example, you did entire model, pura model ready hai, and then what you did is you expected to get a loan for your business, say at 9%. At 9%. Okay, just an example. And if I tell you that no, it is not possible, so you find out loan will be available at what rate, and you found that loan will be available not less than 10.5%. So एक एक्सेल का सेल, एक एक्सेल में जो सेल आता है, वो सेल चेंज करके तुम पूरा फाइनेंशियल मॉडल चेंज कर सकते हो. You will just in at the place where you have mentioned 9%, you will make 10.5% and everything will change. Entire output will change. So it is so strong. This I call it as a robust model. Robust model. I'll teach you how to develop a robust model where with the click of mouse you can do anything. You can play with that model. You can just see what if I get the loan at 9%, what will be my output? What will be my profitability, cash flow, balance sheet, everything? And what if I get the loan at 11%? So with the click of mouse, you can play with that model and get entire output, and you can copy and paste that output wherever you want in the Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or anything, anything. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Any other question about the project, about the example I gave you about anything? Huh? Uh, Tell me, Paul.
Yes, sir. So my question was that financial modeling can be done only on Excel. There's no other software where we can do it.
No, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. Excel is the best software available to do financial modeling. Okay, so many times financial modeling may be done with the Python, which is a newly available option. Okay, there can be some other customized softwares available to do financial modeling, but Excel is best because Microsoft has done excellent job in this Excel, in developing Excel, Word, and PowerPoint. A lot of features are there. So Excel is best as such, and I feel 99%. I may be wrong. Maybe more than 90% financial modeling which is done, and which is even taught by anybody. Any now, as just to name what are the courses available, BSc Training Institute does this course, CRISIL does this course, and I think IMS Pro School does this course on financial modeling, and they typically charge around 30 to 40,000 for this course, and everybody teaches you the Excel only. Excel only. Is
Okay,
that
sir.
clear?
Thank. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, most welcome. Any other question, query? आपको थोड़ा सा मतलब, let me tell you that you will have to be little more uh, participating. Okay, it's different than um, I teaching, when I was teaching you the financial accounting or financial management, because वहाँ पे it was more procedural, it was more based on just calculation. Here you have to be little more participative, so that you will uh, understand, you will contribute. Okay, all these things will be possible.